This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. In this video, I'm going to explain minor 11th chords, and then I'm going to go over a couple voicings that work well on the guitar for playing minor 11th chords. Of course, then we'll jam together on a chord progression that will allow us to practice these chord voicings in all 12 keys. So, going to be super fun. As we're doing that, we will have bass and drums accompaniment, which makes it really great for us as we're playing these chord progressions. This video accompanies lesson 25 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we're going to start on pages 174 and 175. As I explain these chords, really this video supplements the materials found there on page 174 and 175. And then we're going to jam together on the chord progression number 4, found on page 147. Okay, so minor 11th chords. Well, we've been learning a lot about how we can add the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th to 7th chords. We've been learning about that a lot lately. So we've already learned about doing that with minor major 7th chords and dominant 7th chords and major 7th chords. Now we're going to look at doing it with minor 7th chords. So you might recall from previous videos, at least the ones where we learned about minor 7th chords. With a minor 7th chord, we have the root, the flatted 3rd, the 5th, and the flatted 7th. Those pitches 1, 3, 5, and 7 come right out of the Dorian minor mode. That's one place where we can find those. Now, we learned that we could add the 9th to that, and now in this video, we're learning that we can add the 11th. So the 11th is step 4, 1 octave higher. The 9th is step 2, of course, 1 octave higher. When we have the 11th, we can add the 9th. We don't have to have it though, so it's sort of a choice. Same thing with the 5th. On the guitar, it's really hard to have the 4th and the 5th, or the 11th and the 5th in the same chord voicing. We just don't have enough fingers and enough strings. So things start to get omitted. We do need the root, the 3rd, and the 7th, and then we have to have the 11th, and we can have the 9th and the 5th if there's room and we desire to do those. With the voicings that we're going to do, there's one that just has the 11th added, one that has the 9th and the 11th added. So that's an explanation there. Of course, with the chord symbols, which you'll see on page 175, some examples, we're going to have the root, a lowercase m or a minus sign, something telling us it's a minor chord, and then the number 11 will be there. That number 11 replaces the number 7 that would be in the chord symbol if it was a minor 7th chord. But seeing the 11, we know that we can also have the 9th, and we need that 7th in there. It tells us it's the 7th chord, but it just simplifies things when we just put the 11 instead of trying to include 7 and 9 there, because we really don't need them. Okay, so let's take a look at these voicings here. So we've got one with the root on the 6th string, one with the root on the 5th string. Of course, wherever we put the root of the voicing along the fretboard, that's the version we're playing. So if I stick this on an F, then I'm playing an F minor 11 chord. If I stick this on an F, I'm playing an F minor 11 chord. I'm going to start off by demonstrating this one in the key of C. So we'll do C minor 11. We got a C at the 8th fret of the 6th string, so I'm going to stick my middle finger there. Then ring and pinkies go in the same fret, but on the 4th and 3rd strings. We don't play that 5th string. Index is going to reach 2 frets lower than the root on the 2nd string, and we don't play the top string, and we'll have a nice minor 11 sound. I love the minor 11 sound. It's got just enough tension to be really beautiful, but not too much. So that's how we do the 6th string form. With the 5th string form, and I'll go ahead and stick that at the 8th fret, so we'll be doing an F minor 11 in this case. We're going to have our middle finger there, ring and pinky on the 2nd and 3rd strings, so it's really similar to what we have happening here. Then 2 frets lower on the 4th and top strings, we've got our index finger that's going to bar over to play those. Now with this one, we have the 9th included as well, which is super nice. So there's our F minor 11, and of course you could practice going back and forth between the two shapes. That would help you get used to finding them. It's a great thing to do. Here in the video though, we're just going to go ahead and jam on this chord progression. So we're doing number 4 found on page 147. Going back to the chord symbols, if we see that 11th included in the chord symbol, it's telling us that the song is calling for the 11th to be played. Sometimes though, we'll be jamming and playing songs where chord symbols are just written for the music at the 7th level, but where we can choose to add the 11th. So if you're playing a song with lots of 7th chords, chords. You can choose to add the 11th in there if you'd like to, or the 11th and the 9th. It becomes our choice. Right here with this progression, it comes from lesson 22, where we actually learned the minor 7th chord in the first place. And we're going to be jamming with this progression, inserting these 11th chord voicings, even though the chord symbol just says that we're at the 7th level. And with that, you could practice any of the progressions that have minor 7th chords from lesson 22. By inserting these, you could practice these voicings more with any of those chord progressions. That would work just fine, even if you were to go and jam along with the videos created for that lesson. So you can do that. We're going to do it right here with this one. It's going to happen 3 times. First at a slower tempo, then a little bit faster, then a little bit faster. And I am just going to use the strumming pattern. Should be familiar to us by now. I'm just going to use this, which is nice. Keeps it simple. As we work on learning these chords, we don't need to worry about getting complexity happening with the strumming hand until we've got that chord voicing, which we're learning on, learned. So we want to simplify the strumming as we learn these new chords. All right, it's going to be fun. Let's go ahead and play this progression. Okay, awesome. In the next video, we're going to take a look at how we can throw the 13th in with our minor 7th chords. So it's going to be great. Take care, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.